Come on, get right there where it's, just grab it. It's trying to squeeze it. Look at the hole. There's only two places, well, a bunch of places it can get out now. Oh. Good morning, it's Rob.
And Bubba.
And today we are gonna try to castrate some piglets, and then we're gonna go and we've got 4 more pigs that I was not able to move to the cover crop field that have been weaned. They're Annie's babies that we weaned 3 weeks back, a month back, I don't know, some time ago. So we're gonna get those moved as well. We gotta do one modification to the truck so that we can put pigs in the bed of it this time instead of putting them in the front. So we'll pick you up in a minute when we start working on the back of the truck. We just walked over and found this cut piece of sheet panel. So we put it up there and we're gonna see how well it works. Before we get started, I had a water leak in the trough up here in the red field yesterday. I did fix it, I think, but I want to go double check that float and make sure, first of all, that there's enough water for the cows, and second of all, that we're not dumping a couple gallons a minute worth of water through the pasture. So let's hop in the truck and go check on that, Bubba. Right. Well, the water leak's fixed. It's not dripping water like it was yesterday, and the float valve is positioned so that it's about 2 to 3 inches below the lip where the cracks are. So I think it's going to be best just to leave it like it is for now. As we started walking away, I noticed that this little white-faced steer was following us around. So we brought some milk out here to feed the sows, and we mixed it with their feed, and that's keeping them occupied. And so now I'm over here trying to see if I can catch any of these little piglets. These are some of the 11 that came out of the briars a couple days ago and went into this pen. I soon realized that it's going to be so chaotic trying to catch these pigs that I decided we may be better off doing something else until we can catch these piglets while they're actually trying to eat feed on the ground with their mothers. All we're going to do is succeed in stirring them up, and there's no way we're going to catch all 11 of them. So let's do this. Let's just wait. That's a newborn calf that I hadn't seen in the last couple days. After realizing that we weren't going to be able to catch those 1-week-old piglets and castrate the males, we decided to wait. And so now we're on the north side of Dowdle Road, and we came over here to grab those 4 babies of Annie's that I was not able to catch and actually put into the field of cover crops, and then grab them real quick. It shouldn't take more than about 5, maybe 10 minutes to actually do it. Catching them is real easy when you feed them and you just pick them up by their back legs while they're at the feed trough. So Bubba's pouring some milk into the feed trough, and these 4 smaller pigs are the ones we want to bring out. Bubba's at the trough right now. He grabs one of them, and then I put it in the truck. As I fed these pigs so much over the last couple of days that they don't stay at the feed trough. So now we resort to running around a 4,000 square foot pen to catch these small pigs because we didn't do it right. Good job, man. Oh man, you got pig mess on me. As much as I hate to admit it, it took us another 45 minutes before we realized that maybe we ought to get a cattle panel so that we can use it as a gate and kind of catch the smaller pigs in there. They can squeeze through the holes some, and it's not a perfect system, but it does slow them down enough so that we can catch them. The catch is you got to do it pretty quickly, and you've got to catch them the first time before they learn that they can squeeze through it. So we're now trying to herd the smaller pigs into that little area. And they're not wanting to go. So now we have the smaller pigs with these larger pigs. We let the larger pigs out, and then I let that little pig escape. This one, as it escapes, I'm blaming on Bubba, though. Why'd you sit there and laugh? Okay, get it. Come on, get right there where it's, just grab it. So we've caught this one, and it can't escape, but Bubba is not looking in that corner over there. It's trying to squeeze it. Look at the hole. There's only 2 places, well, a bunch of places it can get out now. I've long thought that we ought to have pig catching as an Olympic sport. It is amazing how much of a workout you can get by trying to catch pigs. Whether you're chasing them in a small pen like this or a 5-acre pasture, it is just ridiculous how much work it is. And all this 1 hour's worth of effort was not necessary. I could have just not fed them so much so that when I fed them today, they would have been hungry. We could have grabbed them by the back legs like we did with the first one, but oh well. Now, Bubba and I are going to go put them in the field with these other pigs. So this is how I'm hauling the pigs. I should have gotten my bag chair out of there. When I brought them over here, I actually had them in the front seat of the truck. I just had surgery and didn't have a chance to get this set up, and that was the only chance I had. When I put pigs into the pasture like this, especially when they're larger pigs, now the larger pigs I fed around the corner so they couldn't see, but I usually give feed and milk to the pigs I'm putting into the spot so that they know that they can eat there and that it's kind of their home. I did not take into account that these pigs were not hungry, so I don't know if they're going to stay here or not. But now that they're in here, Bubba and I are going to go clean up. Bubba, you got pig fertilizer on your knees.
I got pig fertilizer everywhere, I'm afraid. Make my leg hairs grow good.
So our next task is to get the tractor ready to bush hog, and so we're going to go get some fuel. As you can tell, we spent over $350 filling this fuel tank up with fuel. It is amazing how much money fuel costs. So it's nice to have a truck with a fuel tank on it. It certainly beats driving the tractor down the road with a batwing bush hog. Also checked the fluids, and it needed a little bit more hydraulic fluid. So then we took it over to Rick's. He's got a concrete pad under an awning, and we were going to change the blades on the bush hogs. And once we got it over here, we decided to go on and eat lunch and then come back and work on the blades. Look at him. His belly's poked out like a puppy that's just eaten. We fed Bubba some Matoro, and he's ready to roll. He's not turning anything. You got it on the right setting? We spent over an hour trying to get the blades off the bush hog. We could not get them off, and it turns out that the blades were in better shape than we expected, so it wasn't worth the additional effort of putting some heat onto the nuts and bolts to try to get them off. I did manage to find some wire wrapped around some of the blades on the bush hog and the spindles, so I got it off. Messing with the blades on the bush hog was just absolutely infuriating. But once we got all that taken care of, I came back and brought the tractor back to the farm and started bush hogging. I wanted to make sure that it would work well, that we didn't have any problems with the air conditioner or anything else. Somebody will start bush hogging tomorrow. But when I came out here, I noticed that little bull calf that you see right there on the right. He kept following this one cow around all the time. In the 2 hours that I was out here bush hogging, he never left her side unless one of the two bulls chased him away. As it turns out, that Charolais cow is in season, and apparently that little bull calf did not think that the two big bulls were giving that cow enough attention, but he would always stay close by. It's just amazing what you get to see when you're actually watching the livestock there for a while. The big bulls would get hot and go in the shade by those pine trees there, and then the little calf would come up and follow her around, and then they'd chase him off again, as you can see here. So I don't know if the little calf ever got his chance. Somehow I doubt that he did. So I bush hogged around this field with the sorghum sudangrass on it. The cows had grazed it for a couple days now, and I was a little concerned about prussic acid and the regrowth. I was not able to manage the sorghum sudangrass the way I wanted to. We don't have any water in the cover crop field itself, and so there's no way to actually rotationally graze it without letting the cows graze where they've already been, and the regrowth is the most toxic part of the sorghum sudangrass. So they've grazed it. I'm mowing it. Once I get finished, I take the tractor back across the road, and I go to open the gate, and I get the shock of my life, and I try to figure out why. When Bubba put the chain on this gate, he didn't realize that he put the chain in such a way that it hit the hot side of the electric fence, so he and I both got shocked. All in all, we got a lot done today, but some of the tasks, like catching those piglets in the pen, took much longer than they needed to. We did not get those other pigs castrated, but that's all right. That's just what happens on a farm today. Many thanks to Bubba, as always, for giving me a hand.
What the heck is this thing?
That's one of the camera recording things. You put your phone in that clip up there, and when you turn it on, this controls the motor, and it gives slow rotations if you're trying to show specific information.
Almost like a fishing rod to me, but got the little
kitchen hook there and all. I don't know what that does though. It's one of them Game Boy systems that look like. You people see, we could be done with this in 10 minutes, but all this is for you. I hope you enjoy it.
In this instance, it only took us another 20 minutes to set up the additional cameras, but once the cameras were set up, it still took us almost an hour and a half to catch these 4 piglets. Bubba would have been right if it had only taken us 10 minutes to catch the piglets, but this time, things didn't go like they were supposed to. Y'all take care. Have a great day.